بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا ويرضاه. إخوتي في الله، عندي سؤال سهل. I have a question, an easy question. One صاحب, who's going to answer it? طيب. حياك الله أبو بكر. الله يبارك فيك. أول زوجة للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. Who's the Prophet's first wife? Khadija. طيب. Who's the Prophet's second wife? Thaniya. Sauda bint Zam'a. Naam. Who's the Prophet's third wife? Aisha radiallahu anha. Who's the Prophet's fourth wife? Hafsa. The Prophet had two wives by the same name. Naam. Zainab. Zainab bint Man was Zainab bint Man. Zainab bint Jahsh. لا خزيمة. أنت قلت خزيمة. خزيمة. The Prophet had two wives named Zainab. Zainab bint Khuzaimah, she passed away before the Prophet. Tayyib, all of the Prophet's children are from Khadija, illa man, except who? Ibrahim. And Ibrahim, the Prophet's son. Who's the mother of Ibrahim? Who's Maria? What wife is Maria? Was she the fifth wife, the sixth wife? She wasn't a wife. Naam, she wasn't a wife. What was she if she wasn't a wife? Subhanallah. What was she wasn't? Yani Mulk al-Yamin, Amma, she was a slave. She was a slave. Yani is slavery permissible? Slavery, this is okay. كيف؟ هذا أمر طيب؟ يا مباح؟ Slavery is mubah? نعم. And slavery is permissible. But the slave has rights. The slave has rights. Nah. In Islam, the slave has rights. Nah. Tayyib, the Prophet's mother, what's her name? Amina. Amina. The Prophet's father, what's the father's name? Abdullah. Abdullah, the Prophet's name, hold on. Let's go. The Prophet's Abu Muslim, the Prophet's father is Muslim? لا. فكيف يكون كافر اسمه Abdullah? This Kufar's name was Abdullah? طيب اصبر. المشركون في زمن النبي كانوا يعبدون الله. The Kufar at the time of the Prophet, they used to worship Allah? Naam, they used to worship Allah, but they used to worship other than Allah with Allah. Naam, they used to worship Allah, but they worship other than Allah. Tayyib, barakallahu fikum. A'mam Rasulillah. Spirit. The Prophet's father is Abdullah. Kam akh li Abdullah. How many brothers does the Prophet's father have? Yani kam a'mam. How many uncles does he have? الذي محفوظ عندنا أربعة. نعم. Okay, so the Prophet has four uncles. And بحسب درسنا. We haven't looked into that issue yet. The Prophet has four uncles. The Prophet has four uncles. Right. Two Muslim, two Kafir. Who's the two Muslims? Ya Wayne. Ya Abu Bakr. Swear, Abu Bakr. Hamza, the Prophet is Hamza. That's the Prophet's father's brother, Hamza. Naam, and who else? Abbas. Tayyib, spare. We're going to take a break here 1 second. Abbas ibn Man, Abdul Muttalib. Abdul Muttalib is who? The Prophet's grandfather. His name was Muhammad ibn Abdullah ibn Abdul Muttalib. Tayyib. We're going to go outside. سنسترسل قليل. Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib له حديثان في صحيح Muslim. This Abbas, the Prophet's uncle, only has 2 hadiths in Sahih Muslim. لابد أن يجيب الاثنين لا تأتي بواحد ائتي باثنين. Oh, اجلس. Come with the both of them or don't come at all. You got to come with the whole answer. The Prophet's uncle Abbas has 2 hadiths in Sahih Muslim. What's the 2? Come with the whole answer, don't come at all. من يجيب؟ عندك يا بعداني. ذكرناه, we just mentioned this. يا يوسف. يا ربي. يا من يجيب؟ نعم. أول الحديث في يوم حنين ونقول يا عباس نادي أصحاب السمرة. Call the people of the tree. These people made allegiance with the Prophet. نعم. That's in Sahih Muslim. باقي حديث وأنت بحثت عنه. سنقومك في الزاوية يا نقومك على الجدار. We have to stand you up on the wall. طيب يا عمار. ايش الحديث؟ What's the next hadith of Abbas? Hadith. نعم ذاق طعم الإيمان. He has tasted the sweetness of Iman. من رضي بالله ربا. Whoever is pleased with Allah as his Lord. He tasted the sweet of his Iman. وبالإسلام دينا. Whoever is pleased with Islam as their religion. وبمحمد رسولا. He's pleased with Muhammad as his messenger. That's the sweetness of Iman. Tayyib, let's go back. We finished with Abbas and Hamza. Those are the Prophet's uncles that are Muslim. He has 2 uncles that are kafir. من يا عم لا يتنداني هذا مشاركة منك. أنت بعيد ولكن عندي قريب. لا النبي له عمان كافران. He has 2 uncles that's not Muslim. نعم ايش قال؟ ابو طالب. ايش قال؟ عبد المطلب. ابو لهب وابو طالب. Abu Talib is the Prophet's uncle and he's kafir. Tayyib, did the Prophet love him? Hold on. A Muslim is permissible for a Muslim to love a kafir? No, it's a natural love. It's your uncle. It's your uncle. You think a Muslim, no matter what he is, he's not going to love his mother. He's not going to love his father who raised him up and gave him everything. No, he's not going to love his mother. It's a natural. You can't deny that. No. What you have from proof that the Prophet loved his uncle? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ. When Abu Talib died, Allah said to the Prophet, you don't guide who you love. And he died upon disbelief. He died upon kufr. And the Prophet wasn't pleased about that. No. So who's the other uncle that died upon kufr? Abu Lahab. Is there any Quran concerning Abu Lahab? A whole surah. Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tab. The whole surah. Did the Prophet love this uncle? Hada kana yu'dhi. This person, he used to harass the Prophet and annoy the Prophet. Nah. Tayyib ya ikhwati fillah al-an. Abna al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Who can name some of the Prophet's boys? Ibrahim, Qasim, Abdullah. هذا الذي عندي. نعم. طيب, those are the boys. Qasim, وعبدالله وإبراهيم. والبنات. نعم. رقية, الكلثوم, زينب, فاطمة. ما شاء الله. فاطمة من أمها؟ Khadija. كلهم من خديجة إلا إبراهيم. All of them are from Khadija except Ibrahim. طيب أصحابه من أفضل الصحابة على الإطلاق? Who's the best of the companions? Abdullah. Whoa, Abdullah. Who's the best of the companions of the Messenger of Allah? The best of them. And Abdullah. لا 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 انت ابن عمار والله خلي اباك يساعدك. من هو افضل الصحابه؟ The best of the companions. ابو بكر. نعم ابو بكر بدون مخالفه. نعم ابو بكر is the best of the صحابه. نعم. طيب بارك الله فيكم يا اخوتي في الله. علي. نعم عمر وعثمان وعلي. نحب علي كذلك يا زندان نحبه، ولكن محبتنا محبة شرعية، ما هي مبنية على أنا أحب، ما هي مبنية على هكذا. محبة شرعية according to what Allah has legislated. نعم محبة شرعية. نعم. محبة is a love that we have for the companions of the Messenger of Allah. Is it wajib? Is it obligatory to love the companions of the Messenger of Allah? How you say that? Where you have from the show me how. الآخر رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه. Allah is pleased with them and they're pleased with Allah. If you're not going to love who Allah is pleased with, where you at? But the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال في الأنصار من أحبهم أحبه الله ومن أبغضهم أبغضه الله. Whoever loves them, Allah loves them. Whoever hates them, Allah hates him. Then you have to love. You have no choice. Then the Prophet ﷺ said about the Ansar, لا يحبهم إلا مؤمن لا يبغضهم إلا منافق. No one loves the Sahabas except he's a believer. No one hates the Sahabas except who? He's a munafiq. من أشد الناس على أصحاب رسول الله? Who's the hardest, the worst people on the companions? They hate the companions of the Messenger of Allah. الرافضة الشيعة. نعم. نعم. حتى أهل العلم they say if you were to ask the Nasara, لو سألت النصارى من أفضل الناس بعد عيسى لقالوا أصحابه. If you ask the Christians who's the best person after Isa, they would say أصحاب, his companions. ولو سألت اليهود, if you ask the Jews من أفضل الناس بعد موسى, who's the best of people after Musa, they would say his companions. ولكن لو سألت الرافضة الشيعة من أشر الناس بعد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لقال أصحابه. If you ask the Shia who's the worst, most despicable people after the Prophet, he would have said Abu Bakr or Umar. نعم. الشيعة يحبون الرافضة يحبون أبو بكر وعمر. الرافضة يحبون عائشة. They don't like Aisha. They don't like Abu Bakr or Umar. ويؤولون القرآن. إن الله يأمركم أن تذبحوا بقرة قالوا عائشة قاتلهم الله. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, verily Allah owes you to slaughter a cow. The Shia said that cow is Aisha. لا إله إلا الله. طيب يا إخوتي في الله أنا أريدنا أن نرجع إلى درس أعجبني جدا صراحة. I want us to go back to 2 nights ago. We were in a class and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال أي عباس نادي أصحاب السمرة. The Prophet was in a serious predicament. في حال شدة. إيش هذه الحالة الذي كان فيه؟ من يذكر؟ What's the situation يا عمار؟ يوم حنين. إيش حصل يوم حنين, the day of Hunain? And during this battle of Hunain, what happened? اغتروا بكثرتهم. They were kind of dependent واعتمدوا على كثرتهم. They were large numbers of Muslims. So they just felt comfortable that there was a large number when they was going to war that they was going to win. نعم. So كان فيها جدد الذي أسلموا من جديد. نعم. There was new Muslims that just became into Islam. A lot. Because this is after Fath Mecca. This is after the Prophet took over Mecca. And the whole hell, اسمعوا يا إخوتي في الله. هل قاتل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لما دخل مكة؟ أخذوه قوة. Did the Prophet have to fight Mecca and take over the people? No, the people, they all accepted Islam. He didn't have to fight. Allah حبتين, this is a couple of people. But they all accepted Islam without fighting. And هذه الراحة. Imagine you going back to the village that you're from. They're all family. You know everybody in that village. That's his village where he's come from. أحب البقاء إليه. نعم. لولا أن قومك أخرجني منك ما خرجت. لا إله إلا الله. If it wasn't that you people put me out, I would never left. Prophet loves Mecca. So when he's going back to take over Mecca, the fact that the people just submitted is comfort. So then after that, they went to Hunayn. What happened in Hunayn, Ya Ammar? ما أين أنت يا اسمع يا ابن زين اقترب هنا ندور لك سارية يلا خلي سارية لا اقرب هنا خلاص بارك الله فيك أنا أحب الذي يشارك في الدرس هذا بطل. The one who participates in the class, I like them. نعم. وكان الشيخ يحيى هو كان يحب الذي يقترب. نعم. فنسيت ايش كان يقول. كان يقول رحم الله المقتربين رحم الله المقتربين رحم الله المقتربين والذين بعيد أيضا. يعني يقول يخفف صوته ويقول والذي بعيد أيضا. نعم. ونرتاح من هذا الدعاء. نعم نرتاح. نعم. نعم. The Sheikh used to say, may Allah have mercy on those that sit close up in the front. المتقدمين هذا قال. رحم الله المتقدمين. May Allah have mercy on those that sit up close in the front. رحم الله المتقدمين. رحم الله المتقدمين والمتأخرين. يعني he lowered his voice. May Allah have mercy on those that sit up close. May Allah have mercy on those that sit up close. Then he would lower his voice and say, yeah, also those in the back. So sometimes I used to sit in the back and I used to pay attention. Isma. If I'm in a class, أنا أعتقد أن الشيخ يدرسني درس خاص. هذا درسي أنا ما أنتم تفعلون هنا. هذا درس خاص بيني وبين الشيخ يا عم عبد الله. أنت معي؟ نعم. When I'm in the class with the sheikh, I don't speak to anybody. I see that the sheikh is speaking to me. I don't know what y'all doing here. I don't know what you're doing here. This is a private class, and I listen closely. But if I was in the back of the class, it was like I was in a different place. Everybody's talking. Some people are sitting back. Their legs are open. Some people looking in their phones. It's a different place. If you want to benefit, you gotta sit up front. It's a different realm, different atmosphere. Anyway, this day on Yom Hunayn, the Muslims fled. نعم. Why did they flee? ايش حصل؟ لماذا فروا؟ لماذا؟ لا ايش حصل اول؟ اولا الكفار انكشفوا من ذهبوا وكشف الغنائم. نعم. The kuffar ran away from their village. When they ran away from the village, you could see what they have from cows, from camels, from everything. So when the Muslims saw the kuffar leave and run away, they saw the war booty there, they got distracted by the dunya. Nah. And it was all a strategy. It was all a strategy. Nah. فَأَقْبَلُوا عَلَى الْغَنِيمَةِ. They went after the ghanima. The disbelievers went, and they were rumah. لَا يُخْتِي إِذَا مَا يَكَادْ يُخْتِي. They went and they took position, and they started throwing their arrows at the Muslims. Nah. While they are advancing at the war booty, it was just a strategy. So the Muslims had to flee. They left their area where they were protected, and they had a strategy, and they had lines, and they had positions. They lost all that because they advanced towards the dunya. And the kuffar, they just went around, they set it up, started throwing at them. So now the Prophet's by himself. Who was with the Prophet? Sahabiyan. Abu Sufyan wa Abbas. They were holding on to the reins of the Prophet's mules, not on a horse. As you say, my bagla. Bagla is smaller than a horse. Like an aqwa min himar. It's stronger than a donkey. It's not as strong as a horse. It's called a mule. Na'am. So the Prophet ﷺ started advancing towards them. You know, and we mentioned this hadith in what chapter that we mentioned this hadith? In the bravery, in the shaja'ah, the Prophet was brave. No. So now the Muslim fled, the Prophet started to advance towards them. ماذا كان يقول عليه الصلاة والسلام? What was he saying? أنا النبي لا كذب أنا ابن عبد المطلب عند الضيق. I am the Prophet, there's no lie about it. Like he didn't change his mind or like take a different position. No, I'm the Prophet. I'm the Prophet, there's no lie about it. أنا ابن عبد المطلب. You know me. You know me, I'm him. I'm the one you want. Nah, he's saying that to his enemy. Nah, and he's kicking his mule to go forward, and they're pulling the mule back. حتى نزل عن البغلة ودعا واستنصر. ما معنى هذا؟ دعا واستنصر. ماذا فعل؟ دعا الله, and what did he say? اللهم أنزل نصرك. يعني إخوتي في الله هذه كلمة كبيرة. يعني نصبه إلى الله. ما قال انزل نصرا وتركه عام. قال نصرك كأنه وعدا، يعني كأنه شيء يعرفه تماما. انزل نصرك. هذا يسمى قوة الضمير. هذا عن إيمان يا أبا بلال. هذا عن إيمان. أن يضيف هذا الضمير إلى القوة وإلى النصرة. يضيفه إلى الله. Just that Allah send down your victory. He didn't say send down a victory. Send down help. Nasrak, your victory. Where's he thinking? And how you do al-quwwah wa tawakkal, it's trust in Allah. It's confidence with Allah. Na'am. فَيَا إِخْوَتِي فِي اللَّهِ لَابُدْ. You have to use this damir. You have to use the pronoun correctly. When you're speaking the khutbah, sometimes if the situation is real drastic in the khutbah, say, we have to fear Allah. And sometimes you say, yo, you, Abdullah, fear Allah. Sometimes you say, you all have to look out. But if the situation is not good, you say, you all are such and such. Somebody might go, hey, what is speak? Somebody might take it personal, the way that you're using that pronoun on them. Ya Ali, anta ma'i, wa anta al-khatib. If we had 10 ashara khutbah, we had 10 khutbah, we had 10 people to give the khutbah. We told each one to speak about sabr. Each one has to speak about patience. So يكون عندهم نفس الأدلة. All of them are going to have the same ayat, the same ahadith. They're going to have the same thing. But ذاك الذي يخطط كلامه يناسب قلوب الناس الذين أمامه. نعم. ويجعله يناسب الواقع الذي حوله. يكون أحسن خطبة يا عم خالد أنت معي. But the one, he makes the khutbah specifically for those people in front of them. He uses the right pronoun. Sometimes he asks a question and goes, what is wrong with you all? Sometimes he says, what's wrong with us? Sometimes he says, do you all love Allah? He creates questions. He raises hopes. He does things. He strikes fear in them. Sometimes he raises their hopes. Ya Ali, anta ma'i. Inshallah. That's going to be the khatib that's different. The other khatib will say, Allah said, be patient. Other one's going to say, yeah, and the Prophet encouraged sabran, hasana ala sabr, then يقول والصبر واجب ومعنى الصبر كل الخطب سيكون سواء يا أبو بكر أنت معي. Everybody's khutbah is going to be the same thing. Naam. Except that one who yastahdif al-qulub. He's looking at the people's hearts. He wants to encourage them. He wants them to leave with a fa'idah. He wants them to leave with وَيَخْرُجْ بِاسْتِفَادَةٍ. Naam. So your kalam is going to mold his words. Naam. أحيانا يجعل لحوح أحيانا يعني لحوج وأحيانا ملوح. نعم العجين يختلف. يا يوسف أنت معي. تعجن أنت. Inshallah. All of it's ajeen, but it makes different kinds of bread. It's the same ajeen. Same daqiq. So they fled. And the Prophet was advancing. Even though he was advancing, did he need his companions? No. Even though he called on Allah, and did he still need his companions? Na'am. Other Nabi Muhammad. Wallahi huwa qudwa. He's the best example. So when he's advancing and he's saying, Allahumma nazzil nasrak, Allah, send down your victory, he said, Ya ay Abbas, nadi ashab al-samura, call the people of the samura. Who's the people of the samura? Where's Abba Malik? These people gave bay'ah. They gave allegiance to the Prophet. Tayyib, this is like what? The 8th year of Hijrah. Now this is after Fatih Mecca. It's the 8th, 9th year. When did they give the Prophet bay'ah? La. لا في هديبية. متى هديبية؟ السادسة. So they came on Sadisa to make Umrah. They couldn't make Umrah. They came just to make Umrah. لما وصلوا قبل مكة أرسلوا عثمان بن عفان حتى يشفع لهم ويفتح لهم الطريق. They sent Uthman to go speak to the people of Mecca. والشيعة أنه قتل. The news spread that Uthman got killed. فبايع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم هذه البيعة تحت الشجرة. The Prophet took a bay'ah تحت الشجرة. وعلم ما في قلوبكم. نعم. Allah took, the Prophet took this bay'ah for them under this tree in the 6th year. So they made a deal. They have to go back. They have to come back on the 7th year. They came back on the 7th year. They made Umrah. Na'am. They saw their families that they haven't seen in 7 years. And when they saw their family, ajabahum al-Islam, al-Muslimin. They saw their family like, wow, look at you, man. You're looking good. MashaAllah alayk. Na'am. Then they came back the next year, the 8th year, and they took over Mecca. Now they're in Hunayn. This is over 2.5 years later. When the companions fled, the Prophet said, Ay Abbas, Nadi Ashabu Samura. Call these honorable people that gave me an allegiance for death 2 years ago. Remind them of the allegiance that they had. Na'am. Wa hadha shay'un azim. In the Diq. At this time when the Prophet needs them and they fled, ma lamahum. Na'am. يعني تفاعل يا إخوة. He was optimism. He's going to say something to encourage them. Imagine if they're already fleeing. يحسون بالضعف. They're fleeing. They already feel weak. What if he said, أنتم يا ضعاف, you weak ones? هل سينفع? It's not going to benefit. Yeah. So he called them at this time of Diq with a one word. نعم. And made them come around. ايش قال في الحديث؟ قال فوالله لكأن أطفتهم حين سمعوا صوتي أطفت البقرة على أولادها. يعني أطفى هو اللفة. نعم. الذي يفعل البقرة، يعني تعرف ذاك العنق من البقرة. البقرة ينظر إلى ما خلفه وهو متجه هذه الجهة. نعم. Is after the way that they turned to the Prophet as soon as they heard. All people of the Samurah is a tree that they did this allegiance after. It was as if they turned immediately around. Now, just like a cow turns his head around and looks at his children, check and see how they are. Even though it's still facing that direction. And immediately, they turned around. وحصل خير. Good attempt. وبارك الله فيكم. ما شاء الله الوقت رايب. نريد أن ننظر إلى الخطاب الطيب عند الضيق وأنه ينفع. We want to look at how to address people, look at from the Quran and Sunnah, how people are addressed during a rough time, but they were addressed in the best manner that's going to produce production. It's going to be a positive. سيكون يعني نافعا. نعم مثمرة. نعم. وأنت هذا أنت كم من مواقف أنت فيه. نعم. كم من مواقف أنتم فيه. How many situations you're in, and you have to do something. Somebody messed up. Your family. نعم. But it's no time for blame. نعم. يا إخوة اجعل الblame on the back burner. تعرفوا ما معنى back burner? Yeah, who knows the back burner? Who knows the back burner? Abu Bakr. You know the back burner? The back burner, yeah, Shawki, you know the back burner? Yeah, Shaheed al-Islam. You know what it means to put it on the back burner? The back burner, عندك الشولة. نعم الموقد. عندك الموقد اثنين وهذا الذي قدام هذا حار هذا يطبق الآن. الذي قد طبخته وباقي لها وقت اجعله on the back burner الذي مؤخر الذي ناره منخفض. اجعله on the back burner يعني ليس قدام على الشولة يا شوقي. خلي هذا خليها عامي شوي نحن الآن نطبخ. نعم خلي هذه القضية on the back burner. You call these burners. This hot plate that have a shoulder with that shoulder with that shoulder. Those are called burners. So you have the front burner. The front burner's tabakh was cooking. But you have some things to put on the back burner. Blame ولوم اجعله on the back burner. خليها بعدين. Don't blame at a time when the people need to get pulled up. Don't blame. لا تلوم. والناس في حاجة هم قد عرفوا أنهم أخطأوا يا أبو بكر. هم عرفوا أنهم أخطأوا. ما يحتاج ذكرك. They know that they messed up. They're running away. هم عرفوا أنهم أخطأوا. They know that they messed up. نعم. فنقول في إنجليزي don't kick a dead horse. It's dead. نعم. Don't kick a dead horse. يا يوسف أنت فهمت هذا؟ نعم يا أبا مالك أنت فهمت هذا؟ Don't kick a dead horse. طيب, so today we want to look at that. أولا قول الله تعالى في نبيه محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. العلماء يقول هذا أحسن عتاب. This is the most beautiful عتاب. This is the most beautiful way to reprimand and blame somebody. من يعرف الآية؟ عفى الله عنك لما أذنت لهم. يعني قبل أن سأله ولامه يعني ضمن له أن الله قد عفى عنه وغفر له. Allah has forgiven you. Why did you give them permission? Why did you do that? But before Allah asked him, and this question is a question of blame. Why did you do that? Before Allah asked his prophet, he gave the permission to the munafiqun, المنافقين أذن لهم أن يتخلفوا عن الغزو. He gave them permission not to go to the expedition. But before Allah reprimanded him, he said, Allah has forgiven you. Allah has forgiven you. Why did you do that? When you hear that Allah has forgiven you, ايش الأذية قد يصيبك بعد هذا؟ ولا شيء يا شوقي. What could happen to you if you heard that Allah has forgiven you? I'm forgiven by Allah. What's more? So when somebody hears that, you أثر فيه. فنحن نريد هذا، أن نقدم الخير ونؤخر الشر. نعم. والله سبحانه وتعالى يقول قال رسول الله قال الله تعالى إن رحمتي سبقت غضبي. Really, my mercy precedes my anger. My mercy precedes it. وفي رواية قال إن رحمتي غلبت غضبي. My mercy has overwhelmed my anger. My mercy is so much, it's overwhelmed my anger. نعم. فنكون هكذا. نعم. ممكن نرى نكون زعلان، يصيبنا غضب وأبساء. نعم. As soon as you ترى وجه بنتك ووجه ابنك غلبت عليك الرحمة. نعم. ما تقدر. نعم. تقول يا بنتي أنا زعلان ولكن إن رحمتي غلبت غضبي. نعم. So you know I was upset as soon as I saw your pretty face. As soon as I saw your face, really, my mercy, it overcame my anger. My anger just went away. When I look in your eyes, when I look at your nose, son, when I look at your eyes, my daughter, I can't even think to do anything. No. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for his help. Look at this hadith from Sa'd ibn Jathama al-Laythi. أنه أهدى لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم حمارا وحشيا وهو بالأبواء أو بودان فرده عليه. صعب اسمه الصعب ibn Jathama. He gave the Prophet a gift of a wild zebra. And the Prophet didn't refuse it, didn't accept it. لماذا يا يوسف؟ أهدى لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم حمارا وحشيا يعني like a zebra. For when he gave him a wild zebra, he took the meat from this wild zebra, he cut it and slaughtered it, and he gave this fresh meat to the Prophet. The Prophet refused to accept it. نعم يا علي. لا نعم عبد الله وين أنت؟ خليك لا الله نعم ما شاء الله. كان حرما. نعم كان في الحج ولا يجوز يستاد يعني في الحج أو يقبل اللحم الذي قد صيد. هذا ما كان محرما. صعب. نعم. When somebody's on Hajj, he can't hunt. نعم. Nor can he eat meat that was hunted. نعم. So when he gave us a wild zebra, remember a wild zebra, he had to hunt it. نعم. He had to hunt it. So when he gave it to the Prophet refused to take it. قال فلما رأى ما في وجهه, when the Prophet saw it, أنه تأثر أنه حزن that the Prophet didn't take it, the Prophet قال إنا لم نرده عليك إلا أن حرم بين له. The Prophet said, oh, I didn't refuse the meat from you except that I'm muhram, I'm in Hajj. I can't take the meat. فكل هذا من اللطف الذي كان من نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. This is all from the gentleness of our Messenger of Allah. So يا إخوة ما يكفي أنك على الحق. لا يكفي أنك على الحق. نعم. تريد تكون على الحق مع السداد والصواب. Not just sufficient that you're right and that you're correct. You want to be right and gentle. You want to be right and positive. It's not just enough that you're right. It's not just enough. لا تعجب أنك أنت على الصواب. No. So the Prophet was right, but he went back and explained to the person because he saw that the person was a little disappointed that the Prophet didn't accept his gift. والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يختار أحسن الألفاظ في اللون. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم used to choose the best of words in what? In loan. نعم. عندما تلوم قوم تعمم. نعم. When you're going to blame a people, make it general. Some people do this. بعض الناس يفعلون هذا. نعم. ولكن عندما تمدح When you're going to praise the people, قال ما شاء الله أهل العراق عندهم كذا، ما شاء الله اليمنيون عندهم كذا وكذا. هكذا ستجد من نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. That when he praises the people, he mentions them. أهل الشام, أهل اليمن, أهل المدينة, أهل المكة. If he's going to praise people, he's going to praise them and mention where they're from. Nah. But if he's going to blame, he's going to make it general. نعم. في هذا حديث قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ما بال أناس يفعلون كذا وكذا. نقرأ حديث ما دام الوقت معنا. The Prophet used to say, what's wrong with some people that they do such and such and such and such? He would just leave it general. What's wrong with some people? And it's known who the Prophet's talking about. نعم. ولكن من أجل ما يفضحهم, so you won't expose them and embarrass them, he didn't mention them by their name. اسمعوا لهذا الحديث ونتفقه فيه. عن عائشة رضي الله عنها أن بريرة جاءت عائشة تستعين بها في كتابتها. Barira, she came to Aisha seeking her help on the kitaba. يا شوقي ما معنى على كتابتها؟ لا ليس على لا بس نعم ما معنى المكاتبة يا عبد الله؟ نعم فما معنى المكاتبة؟ ايش هنا؟ نعم المكاتبة is an agreement هو الاتفاق بين العبد والعمل مع السيد أن كل يوم تدفع هذا المبلغ كل يوم. المكاتبة in Islam has to do with a slave, that the slave agrees with the master that every day they're going to pay this amount of money to the sayyid, to the master every day or whatever it is, every week until they free themselves. But they can't fall behind. It's an agreement. They got to go out and work and they have to pay that money. So she was doing it and she fell behind in her mukataba, in this agreement. نعم. ولم تكن قضت من كتابتها شيئا. She, in this agreement that she had, she didn't pay anything. She had an agreement that she was going to pay a certain amount every day, every day. Days went by, a period of time went by. مضت زمان ما قضت شيء. She didn't pay anything from it. So now she's coming to ask Aisha for help. نعم. فقالت لها عائشة ارجعي إلى أهلك, go back to your people that own you. فإن أحبوا أن أقضي عنك كتابتك ويكون ولاؤك لي فعلت. نعم. So go back them and tell them if they want me to pay this debt that's on you, I will pay it, but your wala has to be from me. What is this wala? What is the wala? ايش هو الولاء؟ نعم الولاء حق. هو حق. It's a right. It's a right that the one who frees somebody, he has this right. That if you die and you don't have any inheritance, I inherit from you. He has this right over the slave. I freed you, but I still own this wala. That if you die, O slave, before me, I inherit you if you don't have any inheritors that are more suitable than me. It's a right. Na'am. وَهُوَ لَا يُبَاعُ. It can't be sold. It's on the one who freed. Na'am. وَهُوَ يُورَث. حتى هذا الولاء, you know, listen, I have a wala from my slave. If I die, الولاء يمشي لابني. فهمت هذا يا عباد؟ لا ما يبيعه ما استطيع أبيعه لفلان. It's a right that's inherited from the one who freed the slaves. Islam يحث على اتق الرقبة. نعم بعد الكفارات في اتق رقبة. نعم. Islam encourages freeing the slave. نعم. So she said, I will free you, but I have to have the wala. فذكرت ذلك بريرة لأهلها فأبى. So Barira, she mentioned this to the people that owned her, they refused. قالوا إن شاءت أن تحتسب عليك فلتفعل ويكون لنا ولاء. Let's say if she wants to pay the money and free you, you can do that, but still we own the wala. We own you still, if something happens to you, we inherit from it. فذكرت عائشة ذلك لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ابتاعي فاعتقي, buy her and then free her. Buy her and free her. وإنما الولاء لمن أعتق. It's not even a discussion. The one who frees them, they're the one that have this right. Then the Prophet ﷺ went to the masjid, and this is the purpose that we're mentioning this. قال ما بال أناس يشترطون شروطا ليس في كتاب الله. What's wrong with some people? He knows the family. The Prophet, Aisha mentioned the family's name. It's Barira's masters. These are the ones that own her. He knows their names. When he came to the masjid, ما ذكرهم بأسمائهم. قال ما بال أناس. What's wrong with some people that they give conditions? That's not rules and regulations. It's not from the book of Allah. ما بال أناس. نعم. وهكذا يفعله الخطيب وهكذا نفعل بعضنا بعضا. This is the way that the speaker who speaks he should do. He should make it general when he's blaming. والأمثلة على الرفق في الخطاب كثير. ما دام الوقت معنا نواصل. هذا المثال معروف عندكم. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال بال أعرابي في المسجد فقام الناس إليه ليقعوا فيه. يعني أرادوا الصحابة إيش؟ أن يضربوه. الأعرابي, you have to understand what an Arabi is. Arabi is somebody ما يعيش الناس, ما يخالط الناس. الأعرابي is an Arab that lives all the way out in the desert by himself. He doesn't mix with people. He doesn't have this sensitivity and this courtesy. He's not a mean person. They're nice people, but they're not used to dealing with people. For example, here in America, when you're going to get on the bus, you know it's a line. You just automatically know when you go to the bank or you go to the store, there's a line. Awal for awal. Some people, they come from far places, they're not used to getting on the bus. And they just go skip and right in front of everybody, just get on the bus. It's not that he's inconsiderate. He just doesn't know. He just doesn't know that. He just doesn't know. He doesn't live with people. He doesn't know that kind of life. So this Arabi, he came into the masjid and he urinated. Because when you're living out in the desert, you urinate wherever you at. Tabul flame again. Just urinate anywhere. So he came to the masjid and he urinated. The people wanted to beat him, wanted to hit him. They wanted to discipline him. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم دعوه وأريقوا على بوله سجلا من ماء أو ذنوبا من ماء. The Prophet said, leave him alone. So the Prophet assasa, and he looked at the whole situation. The Prophet looked at the whole situation and he's going to make the best out of it. You recognize who did it. It's Arabi. He's excused. Main thing, let's get the urine out the masjid. So the Prophet said, leave him alone, get some water and pour it on the urine. ثم انظر ماذا قال للصحابة إنما بعثتم ميسرين ولم تبعثوا معسرين. And he darsan lahum. You all have been sent to make things easy for people. You haven't been sent to make things difficult on people. أخذوه فرصة للدرس الاستفادة لأنهم رأوا أنفسهم أرادوا أن يضربوه. وإيش استفادوا من هذا؟ من رجل ما يعرف. They wanted to beat him, and what would they have benefited from that? من الأحاديث الأخير نأخذ هذا الحديث وهو في الصحيح أيضا. حديث سهل بن سعد قال جاء رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بيت فاطمة فلم يجد عليا في البيت. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم came to the house of Fatima and he didn't find Ali in the house. Ali is Fatima's husband. Fatima is the Prophet's daughter, Bintu. Wa Ali ibn Am. Now, so the Prophet came to the house of Fatima It didn't find Ali. It didn't find her husband في البيت. فقال أين ابن عمك؟ نعم. ما قال إيش؟ أين زوجك؟ من يريد يذكرها بشيء يعني علاقة يعني يقوي هذا القرابة. نعم. The prophet didn't say, where's your husband? He said, where's your cousin? I mean, she's married to her cousin. قالت كان بيني وبينه شيء فغاضبني فخرج ولم يقل عندي. ما معنى هذا؟ لم يقل عندي قيلولة. He said, me and him, we got into an argument. He got me upset. And he left. He didn't take a nap here. He went somewhere else. He slept somewhere else. هذا بين الصحابة هذا يحصل بين الزوج والزوجة وهم صالحون. نعم. You know, if your wife does something to you then gets you upset, that doesn't هذا ينفي لا ينفي صلافيتها أو ينفي أنها سنية أو ينفي أنها صالحة. هذا ما ينفي هذا. That doesn't negate that she's on the sunnah or negate that she's righteous. She's still a righteous woman, even if she did disagree with you or she got you upset. No. This is the Prophet's daughter. Her husband got upset and left the house and took a nap outside. Didn't sleep in the house. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لإنسان انظر أينه. Prophet said to somebody, go look, see where Ali is. فجاء فقال يا رسول الله هو في المسجد راقد. He said, oh Messenger of Allah, he's in the masjid sleeping. فجاء رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وهو مضطجع وقد سقط رداؤه عن شقه وأصابه تراب. The Prophet came to the masjid and saw him laying down, and his rida, the scarf that he has, it fell from the side of him and it fell on the ground and it was dirt on it. The ground is dirt. So the dirt fell on his rida. فجعل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يمسحه عنه ويقول قم أبا تراب قم أبا تراب. هذا غاية من التلطف. He's saying, wake up, oh Abu Turab. Turab is dirt. Oh, the father of dirt. Oh, the father of dirt. Nama of soil. اسمع ما ظنك هل علي زعلان غضبان؟ No, زعلان. The Prophet Ali is up there. He's upset. No, he's upset. He went to sleep. He's upset. فنبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم يريد أن يلاطفه يريد أن يلاعبه. He wants to say something to him to make him forget what happened and look like I'm here. I was in the house. I know what happened. نعم وما هذا أنت صاحبي وأنا أحبك. نعم I know what happened. I went to the house. I spoke to my daughter. نعم وما هذا I still love you. نعم. So he was going to joke with him. He's going to joke with him because dirt fell on his rida, on his clothing. He's going to not call him by his name. He's going to call him by just to change the whole topic. ممكن أحدنا يقول قم إيش فعلت مع ابني؟ إيش فعل مع ابنتي؟ قم إيش فيك؟ إيش حصل مع ابنتي? What you do with my daughter? The Prophet didn't even say anything about his daughter Fatima. They even addressed the whole issue. Just wake up Aba Turab. Wake up Aba Turab. نعم. وكل هذه أمثلة يا إخوة فيها كثير. نعم. وإنما هو تذكر لنا. It's just a reminder for us that when we see the situation, we have to make the best out of it. نعم. وهذا من الرجولة فينا. وآيات الله سبحانه وتعالى يصفنا بهذه الصفة. رجال لا تلهيهم تجارة ولا بيع عن ذكر الله. الرجال مواقف يعرفهم بحسب المواقف. نعم. The men, they're known by the situations that they're put in. نعم. Some men can't work themselves out of a wet paper bag. نعم. If they put a paper bag over their head and it's wet, they can't get themselves out of it. نعم. الرجال مواقف. You're going to know him by the situation that he's in. نحن نقع يعني في مواقف مع أهلنا مع أولادنا مع جيراننا ما نتخلص إلا بالأفسد الذي دخلنا فيه. نعم. We get into situations with our wives, with our children, with our neighbors, with other people, with people who are working. We don't get out of the situation except I just say, come help me Get out of this situation that I have with Fulan. Come help me. Come help me get out of this situation. Y'all are two grown men. Y'all are two grown men. ما استطعتم تتفق فيما بينكم. نعم. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes we cannot. نعم للأسف. نعم. لو أن أحدهم تواضع. نعم. أحدهم واحد. نعم. فأسأل الله يعيننا جميعا على هذا وبيأسأل الله to help us in this matter. أسأل الله يعيننا في أنفسنا وفي أهلنا وفي أولادنا. نسأل الله to help us in ourselves and our wives and our children. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.